Hi, I'm Barry Doublitz, reporter for BoardGameGeek here at the Cannes Festival de Jeux 2020. Joining me is Robert Palmer, and he's from Nothing But Dreams with his game Arcana Wars.
So it's pronounced Arackhan Wars. But you were close enough.
The
you were close
second
enough,
take
so
was
it still counts.
bad. Can you tell us about this black box of doom?
Let me introduce you to the whole project, the whole universe.
Yeah.
So Arackhan Wars comes from something very specific. It comes from Arackhan. So first it began as a story. As a story which became an audiobook that we are promoting on the Festival de Cannes this year as well.
Okay.
And so from this story we have created a card game. So the card game is a bit specific because the interactions with the cards are going to be through their adjacent borders. So you have kind of like this tabletop, kind of like a Warhammer style dimension to it. It's very physical. It's not just cards on one side, cards on the other side. But the most important thing about the whole project, and especially the game, is that you will be playing the characters from the story of Arackhan, which is Arackhan, and it's presented as an audio film and audiobox. So in the audiobox, you have everything you need to know about the story. And so Arackhan Wars, let's show maybe the people would be interested to see what's inside. Let's check it out. So you have the rule set, you have a little flyer. So those are the rules. So it's a real game, so there's real rules. Very important to say.
Very important.
Very important. There's our card for a contact. And we have a little mat that is pretty sweet, I think. And so this represents the land of Arackhan. So basically you'll be playing cards all over the board and essentially reliving the stories of Arackhan. So it's a competitive card game. That's something that's very important to say, is that the goal is really to defeat your opponent.
Okay.
So right now we have a one-on-one dual mode that's available, and we're working really hard on the 3-player mode and a cooperative 2-against-2 mode.
Okay. There looks like there's different factions in the box.
Absolutely, let's dive in. All right. So you have, at the moment, you have 4 factions.
And so in the future there will be more?
Absolutely, right on. And so you have blue, you have red, you have green, and you have gray. So all those factions represent a province, shall we say, of the world of Arackhan. They're a species, or shall we say. So for example, those are all in the story as well as in the game.
Yeah.
So for example, start with the red. The red deck, this is specifically a very aggro deck. And so the characters you will find have very strong attack values. In terms of mechanics, it's very strong on attack, has very low possibilities for movement, and it has also spells that are extremely nefarious towards the opponent. So that's one of the 4 factions, and so you'll see all the 3 other factions have a very different gameplay. And so also we have a system of tokens. So the tokens is another dimension in terms of mechanics.
Yep.
So the first use of the token is, for example, when a card attacks, you flip the token. This card cannot attack anytime soon until next round.
Okay.
So then at the end of the round, we flip the tokens. But there's also a whole slew of different mechanical aspects we're going to use with the token. For example, just to give you an inkling, there's a spell that will allow you to put your token on the creature of your enemy.
Yeah.
And so, and to control that card during one round. And some cards will be able to stock tokens, and that will be equal to their strength and our attack value.
Okay.
So we're really thinking of all the aspects in terms of mechanics, developing them so that the game is rich and on the long term especially.
Okay. And is this game currently available?
So this game is presented at Cannes as a demo box.
Okay.
So this is really the pre-Kickstarter version.
Yeah.
So that basically we're going around all the conventions we can to get some feedback. But now we're really, really close to having the final product. We're hoping to do a Kickstarter around September, October.
Yep.
And so some design elements are going to be changed, but all the cards will remain the same. The balance has been perfectly, we're very satisfied with the balance. And so what's going to be presented in the Kickstarter is you're going to have the two main pledges is you're going to have your demo box,
Yep.
or not your demo box, your real box, your Kickstarter box, with the mat, with 23 cards of each color.
Yep.
So that's 4 times 23 cards, ready to play because it's a 23 card game. And the maximum value of each deck is 125. So all the games are necessarily balanced. So you're always playing 125 max against 125 max. So that's one of the aspects. And then there will be expansions on the pledge that's more for people who are into deck building.
Yeah.
Because this game is really meant for deck building and tournament and championship playing.
Okay. And obviously maybe some more stories in the future as well.
Absolutely, because something that's really important is that we're linking the story with the game as much as possible. As that, to give you an example, the game is in the story and has an impact on the characters, and it's not just that they're in the background. It's really something that we want to tie in as much as possible.
Oh, that's very cool.
And also, you also mentioned the stories for just the game. We are going also to develop a scenario mode to kind of recreate some of the events in the story.
In stories. Okay.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Well, thank
and
you,
so
I
this is
appreciate
coming in Kickstarter at the September?
September, October, we hope. We're working really hard to get the English-speaking community up in arms, and because right now we have a strong presence in France,
Yep.
but we
Is
are
to try and get it for the rest of the world.
for the rest of the world. We're translating all the assets, and
Yep.
very soon we'll be able to spread it all over the world. in
Okay, and
terms
do you
of
have a
communication.
website where people can
Absolutely.
find it?
You can check us out at Arackhan.com/Arackhan Wars, or just go on Arackhan.com. There's a section them card games, and you can find us there.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Robert. I will finish off by saying, was there anything else you wanted to?
I think I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
that's Arackhan Wars, coming to Kickstarter very soon. Thank you very much for your time, Robert.
My pleasure.
And thank you very
Thank you
much
for
for
having me.
watching.